Okay, so in this example, we're going to be graphing the function f of x equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 4. So this function is not in vertex form, it's in standard form, which means we can't use our transformations to graph it, and we need another approach. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a formula for the axis of symmetry. This will allow us to find the vertex, the location of the vertex. The formula is x equals negative b over 2a, where a is the number beside the variable squared, b is the coefficient of x to the first, and c is the number by itself, the constant, which isn't actually used in this formula. So in our case, a is going to be 2, and b is negative 8. So for the axis symmetry, x will equal negative 8 over 2 times a, which is 2. If I simplify this, the double negative is going to make a positive 8. We'll have 8 over 2 times 2, which is 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So we have x equals 2 as the axis of symmetry. Now the axis of symmetry itself doesn't really help us with the location of the vertex. We still need to know the height of the vertex, or the y value for the vertex. But that's easy enough to find. We just have to plug it into the equation. F of 2. If I do that, 2 times 2 to the second minus 8 times 2 plus 4. We can either type this into a calculator or do it by hand. So 2 squared is 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So we got negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. So overall the order pair is 2, negative 4. So 2, negative 4. We need another point in order to graph. There's a number of ways I could actually do it. We did one way using the dilation on our previous lesson when it was in vertex form. If it's in standard form, the dilation is still whatever that a is. That a is consistent throughout the different forms. However, we are going to use a different method here. We're going to go ahead and just plug another x value in like we did before. And typically a great way to do it is plug in 0. If you plug in 0, this gives you the y-intercept. Because every order pair on the y-axis has an x value of 0. So if we plug in 0, we'll get the y-intercept. So 2 times 0 squared minus 8 times 0 plus 4. 0 squared is 0, and 0 times 2 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. So overall we get 4. Which means our second order pair, the y-intercept, is 0, 4. Since quadratics are symmetric, since it is 2 units to the left, that means I know that 2 units to the right, I will also have an order pair with 4, 4 as the y value, due to the fact that quadratic functions are symmetric. Once we have that, we just have to draw the shape in as best we can. The U shape, with it being so long, it's going to be a little bit hard to try to sketch, so I'm just going to kind of get it as best as I can. There we go. So there's my quadratic equation. In this example, we're given the graph of the function f of x equals negative 10x squared plus 700x minus 600, which shows the profit of the company earns for selling headphones at different prices. What is the maximum profit the company can expect to earn? So if you look at this, the maximum would be this highest point right here. We can't tell exactly what it is just by looking at the graph. So we're going to use a formula. Since the equation is in standard form, we can't use transformations. So instead, we're going to use the formula x equals negative b over 2a to find the axis of symmetry, which will also allow us to find the vertex, which is the location of the extrema. So in this case, our a is going to be negative 10. A is always beside the variable squared. And our b is 700. If we replace things, we have x equals negative 700 over 2 times a, which is negative 10. So we have negative 700 over 2 times negative 10, which is negative 20. The double negative will make a positive. And we just have to divide 700 divided by 20, which gives us 35. So x equals 35 is the location of the axis of symmetry, which means that at the x value of 35, we have our extrema. To find the y value, which is the actual value for the maximum, we just need to plug this in. So f of 35 equals negative 10 times 35 squared plus 700 times 35 minus 6,000. We're out of room at the end. We're going to squeeze it on right down there. So I'm just going to go ahead and type this into a calculator. I'm not going to do it step by step since the numbers are a little bit bigger. So it's going to take a second to do that. Negative 10 times 35 squared plus 700 times 35, and then minus 6,000, which gives me f of 35 being 6,250. So the maximum value, or the maximum profit that they can earn, is $6,250.